Welcome, everybody. It's time to meet the co-hosts of Gut Check,
the official podcast of the American Society of Colon and Rectal Surgeons.
From clinical cases to career stages.
We talk about the life and practice of colon and rectal surgeons.
From top to bottom. Because we're colon and rectal surgeons, just like you. This podcast is really about the life of a colorectal surgeon.
I think the thing that makes Gut Check unique is that we offer so many points of view, and we also try to be as authentic and vulnerable as possible.
None of what we are doing is scripted. We're all just having a conversation with each other.
It's really like the be real of colon and rectal surgeons' lives.
There's nothing special about us. We're colon and rectal surgeons. We like to take care of our patients. We like to take care of our families. We like to have fun.
We are coming from different backgrounds. We're coming from different levels of training.
We have some who are younger and fresh out, and some who are more seasoned and older, like myself. The older generation is not always the one who knows everything. Now the new generation has a lot to teach, and I too learn from all of this process about new technology and thinking outside of the box.
The life of a surgeon can be a challenging life.
We have different problems that other surgeons may not experience.
We talk about difficult cases, how to manage them, and even things that we never talk about, like how to start a practice.
We try and focus a little bit more on the human side of colorectal surgery.
It's not just about the science, it's about the people.
Being vulnerable, being willing to feel sad, upset, angry, happy, elated, to self-promote, to self-deprecate.
And I think that there's no other podcast that really addresses that in an open form framework.
What we're trying to do here in this podcast is distill out some of those points so that we can have a honest and open conversation about some of the more challenging things that we experience on a regular basis. That may be a clinical scenario, but it could also just be starting a practice, supporting a family, making sure that you're being paid what you deserve.
A lot of surgeons that I've spoken to tell me that the podcast allows them to realize that they're not alone in this specialty. They have the same concerns, they have the same issues that we all deal with.
There's been a lot of introspection, I think, that I've had as a Gut Check co-host.
I think it's very different than pure education.
It definitely does bring out the human side.
And I also think it's different from just the usual surgical podcast.
Not just the surgery itself and the technical aspect, but this common struggle we all have.
We really, I think, do a great job at addressing real-time, real-life situations and scenarios and kind of how to make some of those difficult decisions.
It's been an interesting journey to learn how to actually share more, and especially not always the good things. And I think that's actually been quite therapeutic. It's been really nice to get some of that feedback that, hey, some of the things you're sharing, yeah, we're going through it. And we need to talk about these things more.
In the very early days of Gut Check, there was a moment that made a personal, very large impact on me. And one of the co-hosts had said, whether you live in abundance or live in lack, resonated with me because that was exactly the way I felt about my life. It was the light bulb of, oh my God, we're really talking about real things. And we're going to be very honest about them.
The episode that we recorded with the patient really inspired me in so many ways and just kind of allowed me to talk to patients in a different way.
The anastomotic leak episode really hit me hard. Talking to individuals afterwards, they always bring up that episode as very heavy, but very helpful, because we all have those situations occur, and realizing that it's not just the patient that's being affected, it's the surgeon too, and the family and everybody who's involved.
I think the moment that really stands out for me so far in this journey has been our episode talking about complications. It was a very challenging evening of recording. I think we all texted when we were done with the episode, just talking about how I think I messaged that I was eating a bunch of peanut butter because I was depressed after. But I think that really, for all of us, I think really was the moment where he said, okay, yeah, I think we're doing something good here. And hopefully we can continue to shed light on some of those topics.
Even patients will listen. That also helps patients get through some of those things too. Realizing that their surgeon is a normal person too, So it's kind of cool.
So if you haven't already, I really encourage you to subscribe and listen to the podcast.
Subscribe, hit that button.
If you subscribe, you'll get notifications when the new episodes come out every 2 weeks.
We're available on all major podcast platforms.
Subscribing is free, right? There's no cost to any of that. It's already on your iPhone or your Android.
Please listen.